Good morning, and welcome to Bad Bat Hikes. So we are still in the shelter. It is 9 o'clock. I stayed in the shelter in woodchuck tented last night, but I was in here with 3 college boys and 2 section hikers. So the group of 5 college kids, there were 2 girls and 3 boys. The 2 girls were in a tent, the 3 boys were in the shelter. But so they all just left. But it was interesting because none of them were through hikers. So they had all kinds of stuff with them. They had crazy cooking equipment. Their sleep setups were something else, but they looked warm and cozy. So pack what you want. You can pack whatever you want if you're just doing an overnight. But anywho, so since we did 17.1 yesterday, we're gonna do a really short day of 9.1, which is hilarious because I used to think that was a long day. So we're gonna do 9.1 to the next shelter. It is kind of doom and gloom. Not super doom and gloom, but it is sprinkling, and it's supposed to get into a wintry mix, according to my Garmin, tonight, but it's only supposed to be 46 degrees, so hopefully it won't stick to anything. But we're just going to walk straight to the shelter. Terrain doesn't look too bad. Yesterday we did over 5,000 feet of ascent, which was a lot. It was a lot. I'm sure 2 months from now I'll look back and be like, that's nothing. But right now it's a lot. But anyhow, we've got our stuff all packed up. Blueberry Bat will be here soon, and we will be down the trail. Look at this water source. It's just slowly dripping down a mountain, but it's completely frozen over. That's all ice. That's not snow. That is solid ice all the way down. That's crazy because it was 60 degrees yesterday. You'd think that would melt, but I bet it doesn't get a lot of direct sunlight. I don't know. Ooh, fun. More ice. We stopped at the parking lot just down there. I bet you could still hear the road. But we said goodbye to the section hikers we met last night. They were super fun. One guy, Renaissance, hello, if you're watching, it was so bizarre. He was like, where are you from? I was like, Kentucky. He was like, oh, me too. And we were talking about the tornado that rolled through and just devastated whole towns in Kentucky. Not this past December, but the December before. He was like, yeah, a buddy of mine and his pizza truck went down and fed people. I was like, oh my God, I know that pizza truck. It's normally in Tennessee, right? He was like, right. And I was just like, the world is so small. The world is so small. So Renaissance, it was super nice to meet a fellow Kentuckian and talk about pizza. Who doesn't like pizza? Anywho, so we are on our way to Clyde. I hate the stupid leaves on this trekking pole. Whatever. The Clyde Smith shelter in 6 miles. And it's before noon, and we only have 6 miles left. And it is not currently raining, so that's nice. And it's not supposed to start raining again until maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. And then it's 100% going to be raining most of the afternoon. And like I said earlier, turn into a wintry mix. So I definitely want to be set up in a bag in a shelter by the time that the rain turns to ice. So onwards we march. Hank Green, you sly devil. As you guys know, I love listening to audiobooks while I walk, and over the past couple of days I've been listening to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which I somehow haven't read yet. It came out 5 years ago, and I love Hank Green. I have been a nerd fighter. If you know what that is, we should be best friends since 2013? 10 years ago? Jesus Christ, that's a long time. Anywho, so long-time nerd fighter. And hadn't read / listened to his book yet, but An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. Amazing. 10 out of 10. And I now have to listen to the sequel because, the ending. I will say nothing else. But very, very good original storyline. It was great. It was great. Again, I said this about the Inheritance games. I'll say it about this one. If you're looking for a recommendation, for something to read and or listen to An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. I will be listening to the sequel. I'm going to assume it's on Audible. That's what I like to use. Not sponsored. I know they went through a whole bout of having like every YouTuber on the planet be sponsored by them. I just like using Audible. But I will ask, what are your recommendations for audiobooks? Like ones with a really good narrator too. It really makes a difference. The voice actor that you get. But if you have any recommendations, please put them in a comment. I know this video won't be posted for like over a month, but I would love your recommendations about what I should listen to. Normally I'm into fiction, books. Nonfiction is like okay, but I mostly prefer, fun, fantastical stories or realistic fiction. But yeah, drop your recommendations in a comment below. Ooh, I made it to the shelter. Woo woo woo. Oh, this one's just like a wee bit off trail. And it's only like 2 o'clock, but boy howdy do my legs feel. The 17 miles we did yesterday. So now it is time to eat something because I haven't really had lunch yet. Wow. For lack of other content today, because it was 9 miles of PUDs that were kind of boring, I'm going to show you how I set up at a shelter. So step 1, get your ground cloth and or Tyvek, spread that out first. Step 2, sit pad. Step 3, actual sleeping pad. Step 4, pillow. Step 5, throw out your quilt so it'll fluff up. Done. So that's how I set up my little spot at shelters. And I'm going to do what I should have done first is find a broom. If you're at a nice shelter, they have brooms. Sometimes they don't, and it's just horrifically dirty. So I should have swept before I threw down my ground sheet, but that's okay. I'm going to sweep around it. So got my spot set up, and now I'm going to eat something. Dinner time. I've got a pasta marinara from the Good To Go brand, single serving, and I've added an obscene amount of Parmesan cheese to it, so let's see how it is. 7 out of 10, even with the cheese. Alright, so 9.1 today. We're in the shelter with Rental and Unicorn, and they have a YouTube channel too, Happiest Known Time, which is a fantastic name. So go give them a look. They're vlogging their AT experience as well, and myself and Woodchuck are going to be on their channel. It would have been posted a long time ago. He's much faster at editing than I am, because this video is not going to go up for like a month. If you want to follow along on my AT journey, make sure to subscribe. I also have an Instagram account, but for now, happy trails.